What's up, y'all? So,
A nurse named Nana shared footage that has left many viewers deeply unsettled. Footage captured inside a hospital room with a reputation for the unexplained. Nana works the night shift, and for weeks, she and other staff noticed something strange. One specific room kept triggering its call light, often multiple times throughout the night. But every time someone checked, the room was empty. No patients, no visitors, no explanation. Determined to find out what was really happening, Nana set up a camera inside the room, filming continuously through the night. What it recorded is genuinely unsettling. On multiple occasions, the hospital bed can be seen adjusting itself, rising and lowering without anyone in the room. No remote, no patients, just movement. Since the footage was posted online, it sparked fierce debate. Some believe that hospitals, places marked by trauma and loss, might hold on to energy most of us can't see. Others are convinced this is real paranormal activity, caught on tape. Skeptics, meanwhile, have struggled to provide a clear alternative explanation. So for now, this remains another mystery of the night shift, one that may never be fully understood. Hospitals aren't the only places where the veil between worlds seems thin. Sometimes that eerie connection finds its way into the quiet corners of a family home, through the eyes of a child who sees far more than we understand. This next video was filmed by a mother who says her young daughter, Mabel, had recently begun saying things no toddler should. It started one evening when Mabel calmly told her that her daddy was hiding in her bedroom. But there was one impossible detail. Mabel's father passed away in 2002, long before she was even born. Confused and unsettled, the mother began recording, hoping to understand what her daughter meant. And what Mabel said next left her speechless.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Oh,
Your daddy's missing you.
my daddy's missing me?
That's your him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
Even more disturbing? This wasn't the first time something like this had happened. Just a few weeks earlier, Mabel had pointed to her closet and whispered, "There's a ghost in there." But back then, she hadn't said who it was.
Just see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
Come on.
Oh! The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Oh, wait. Oh.
What did you say?
Just see me.
Well, where is it?
I'm not touching.
In your closet?
Yes.
What does it look like?
A daddy ghost.
A daddy ghost?
No, mine.
Oh, your daddy ghost?
Yes, my daddy ghost.
Is he nice?
Yes. He's my son.
He's your friend? Good.
Yes.
Trying to make sense of it all, the mother decided to test something. She found an old photo of Mabel's grandfather, the man who died decades ago, and showed it to her daughter. Mabel had never seen the photo before, never heard stories, no names had been mentioned. But without even pausing, she pointed and said, "That's him."
Yes.
Yes?
yes, it looks like that.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah. And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Hot.
A heart?
Daddy. Daddy.
Uh-huh.
The mother was stunned. Mabel spoke about him as if she'd known him for years, like she remembered him. But how? How could a toddler recognize someone she never met or even knew existed? Some say children are more sensitive, more open to what lies beyond. Others chalk it up to coincidence or imagination. But whatever the truth may be, the look in Mabel's eyes said one thing clearly. She believed it. Completely. So, what do you think? Was it just a child's fantasy? Or someone that never really left? Some encounters feel deeply personal, rooted in memory, emotion, and the people we've lost. But others feel cold, detached, and entirely uninvited. And when they happen in places meant to be empty, the fear hits differently. This footage was captured by a school caretaker during his night shift rounds. The building was supposed to be empty, quiet, still. But as he moved through the hallways, he began to hear something. A low sound at first, then clearer, like movement, footsteps, and something else he couldn't quite place. He paused, listening. Then, without wasting another moment, he pulled out his phone and began to record, just in case he wasn't alone. Did you spot it? Right after a noise makes him turn, a shadowy figure darts out of view. It's fast, easy to miss, but unmistakably there. And when he rushes forward, not even a second later, nothing. No footsteps, no sound, no trace of what was just there. So what was it? A trick of the light? Or something that didn't want to be seen? That shadow in the hallway may have vanished without a trace. But what if it followed you home? Because the next story takes us from an empty school to a front porch where something just as unexplainable was caught, only this time much closer to home. Check your door, because there might be something or someone just around the corner. TikToker Do You Believe 2 shared this unsettling clip, captured by a security camera facing their front porch. On the other side of the frosted window panes, a dark figure appears to be crouched just outside the door, low to the ground, unmoving. Even the dogs seem to sense it. They're alert, fixated on the door. And then, just like that, the figure vanishes.
What the f***?
Watch that again. What's chilling isn't just that it disappears. It's how it disappears. It doesn't step away or move out of view. It almost looks like it melts or dissolves into the air. People in the comments were just as disturbed, with many admitting they watched it over and over trying to make sense of it. No clear explanation has surfaced. So whatever this thing was, one thing is clear. If you ever see something like that outside your door, don't open it. Some visitors aren't meant to be let in. One moment, something vanishes outside a front door. The next, a girl disappears into thin air, with no footsteps, no exit, no clue. And this time, it wasn't caught on a home camera, but a police dash cam. On October 10th, 2023, what began as a routine traffic stop quickly turned into something far more disturbing.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201.
In an instant, without warning, a young girl named Sarah vanished from the scene. No doors opened. No one approached the vehicle. And yet, she was gone. The dashcam footage offers no answers. Just a moment of stillness, then an empty seat. From that point on, there was no sign of Sarah, no records, no ID, no missing persons report. And even to this day, the police have been unable to determine who she was. or how she disappeared without a trace. Her identity and her fate remain a complete mystery. From a girl who vanished without a trace, to a boy being pulled by something invisible in the dead of night. If one mystery left police baffled, the next would leave an entire internet audience questioning what's really lurking in the dark. Recently, TikTok user Natalie Palmer 022 shared a video that quickly went viral before being mysteriously deleted, but not before it made a lasting impression. Captured by her home security camera, the footage shows Natalie's young son sleeping peacefully in his bed late at night. At first, everything seems perfectly normal, but then something deeply disturbing happens. The child's leg appears to be grasped by an unseen force, gently but unmistakably, pulling him toward the edge of the bed. Startled, the boy wakes mid-event, clearly confused and frightened. He sits up, unsure of what just happened, but whatever it was, it's gone. Natalie later explained that the strange activity began shortly after she started renovating their older home, leading many to believe the construction may have disturbed something that had long been dormant. Since then, the clip has sparked intense speculation. While skeptics point to the video's removal as a potential sign of staging, others argue the footage is far too realistic to dismiss. The slow, deliberate motion, the child's genuine reaction, it all feels unsettlingly authentic. And to this day, no concrete explanation has surfaced, and without the original video, the truth remains just out of reach. But for those who've seen it, one question still lingers. Did Natalie capture something disturbingly unknown? If home renovations can stir up something hidden within the walls of a quiet house, imagine what decades of trauma could awaken on the grounds of a war-torn island. The next story takes us far from a child's bedroom, to a military base where shadows don't just fall, they move. When a guard stationed at Kadena Air Force Base in Okinawa, Japan noticed something unusual on the CCTV monitor. They had to rewind the footage, just to make sure they weren't seeing things. But after watching it again, the strangeness only became more puzzling. The clip, later uploaded to YouTube by user Jose Cruz, focuses on a quiet intersection just outside the base. The exact time of the recording isn't known, but the sky is pitch black, indicating it was captured in the dead of night. Just behind a road sign in the lower left-hand corner, something begins to take shape. At first, it appears to be nothing more than a shadow. But as the figure begins to take form, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary movement of light. Take a closer look.
You see?
Yeah, I see the shadow moving.
You see how it moves? It's
Yeah,
in
it's
this
right,
corner.
it's right behind the sign, yeah.
And it's gonna fly away in a little bit.
Roger, go ahead and take care of yourself, copy.
Right there, it's going. Hold on.
You wanna see it again? No, rewind.
Hold on. Rewind it and pause it.
The dark mass slowly rises from the ground, then, without warning, glides across the road before pausing again in the center of the street.
You see?
Yeah, I see the shadow moving.
You see how it moves? It's
Yeah,
in
it's
this
right,
corner.
it's right behind the sign, yeah.
And it's gonna fly away in a little bit.
Roger, go ahead and take care of yourself, copy.
Right there, it's going. Hold on.
You wanna see it again? No, rewind.
Hold on. Rewind it and pause it.
For a moment, it hovers in place, motionless, and then it returns to where it first appeared.
It's coming though. Really? You saw it?
Yep.
Oh, that's game over. Let's see.
The guards on duty were left speechless. They couldn't explain what they saw, but many believe they witnessed something paranormal. And oddly enough, Kadena isn't the only military base in Okinawa rumored to be haunted. Just a few miles away sits Camp Hansen, another American installation, and the site of one of the most well-known ghost stories in the region. At the base's infamous Gate 3, guards have long reported strange encounters. They say that sometimes, a soldier dressed in tattered World War II fatigues, covered in blood with a cigarette hanging from his mouth, appears out of the darkness. He walks up to the gate, asks for a light, and then vanishes before their eyes. Some say the encounters became so frequent that Gate 3 was temporarily shut down. There are even rumors that certain Japanese guards refused to be stationed there at all. It's worth noting that Okinawa is no stranger to tragedy. During World War II, the island was the site of the bloodiest battle in the Pacific Theater. The Battle of Okinawa began on April 1st, 1945, and by the time it ended, over 240,000 lives had been lost. Paranormal researchers believe this mass loss of life could be the reason for Okinawa's haunting reputation. That when trauma and death occur on such a massive scale, they can leave behind residual energy, something that doesn't fade, something that lingers. Whether you believe it's just old folklore or something more, one thing is certain: Okinawa's ghosts, whatever they may be, are not staying quiet. Do you believe they're echoes from the past, or signs that something never left? Let me know in the comments.
Right there, it's going. Hold on.
You want to see it again? I'll rewind.
Hold on.
From a modern military base haunted by the echoes of war, we shift to a cathedral that has stood for nearly 1,000 years. Its stones soaked in history, sorrow, and something else. What was captured next might be the lingering trace of a life lost long ago, one that never truly left. This next clip has been unsettling viewers since it first surfaced in 2015. It was recorded by YouTuber Resonance 2001 while visiting the historic Lincoln Cathedral in Lincoln, England. The massive Gothic structure towers over the city, and on this particular night, the visitor was simply sightseeing, filming the cathedral's grandeur under the moonlight. But something unexpected made its way into frame. Watch closely. Just as the camera pans toward a corner, a pale face appears, what looks like a young girl briefly peeking around the stone wall, before vanishing. When the person filming rounds the corner moments later, there's no one there. All the while, the cathedral bells toll in the distance, low and heavy, adding to the eerie weight of the moment. Lincoln Cathedral was first constructed in the year 1072. And though its architecture has stood for centuries, it has also stood witness to centuries of sorrow. One of the darkest chapters came in 1349, when the Black Death swept through the city, claiming the lives of men, women, and children alike. With cemeteries overwhelmed, officials were forced to hold a mass burial near the top of the greenstone steps, just beside the cathedral. According to local legend, the spirits of those buried en masse never found peace, and on the anniversary of their burial, they are said to roam the grounds in silence, searching for salvation they never received in life. But that's not the only ghost story tied to this sacred ground. Behind the cathedral lies Queen Anne's Well, a small stone basin steeped in superstition. Urban legend claims that if you walk around the well 7 times and insert your finger into one of its ancient holes, you'll be judged by the devil himself. If your soul is pure, you'll feel nothing but cold breath. But if you've sinned, your finger is said to be bitten clean off. To outsiders, these sound like old folklore, but many locals insist the stories hold truth. Mysterious silhouettes, distant laughter, and fleeting figures have all been reported on the grounds of Lincoln Cathedral, especially at night. So what about the girl in the video? Is it possible she's one of the plague victims, wandering in search of light? Or just a trick of the eye, an illusion born from centuries of fear and myth? Take another look and decide for yourself. Some places carry centuries of sorrow in their stone walls. Others seem to trap something much more immediate, something you can feel the moment you hit play. And what unfolds in this next clip isn't tied to ancient legends or folklore. It's happening right now. YouTube channel Kisa shares a deeply unsettling clip that's currently circulating across the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. In the footage, 2 women are seen praying over a young girl who appears to be in severe distress. Despite their prayers, the girl continues to scream uncontrollably. Her body tenses, her cries are frantic, and at times, her eyes seem to lose focus, like she's disconnected from the room around her. Then comes a moment that's hard to explain. The energy in the room shifts. Something happens, but it's not entirely clear what. Whatever this is, it's intense. The girl's behavior is alarming and hard to watch. So what's really going on here? Is this the result of extreme emotional trauma, a psychological episode, or something even darker, like a spiritual possession? That part is still up for debate. But one thing's certain, something very real is unfolding in front of the camera, and it's deeply disturbing. Whatever you think happened in that room, possession or not, it's clear that some forces can't be explained away so easily. And sometimes, it's not a person that shows the first signs. It's the room itself, just as the man in this next clip who thought he was alone, until the building proved otherwise. Published by Grid Synergy in November of 2017, this unsettling surveillance footage was captured inside a computer lab, long after dark. A man is seen quietly working between 2 computers. Everything seems normal until an alarm suddenly sounds behind him. Startled, he turns around, visibly confused. He scans the room, but sees nothing unusual. After a moment, the alarm doesn't return. So he sits back down, assuming it was just a false alert. But then it happens again. A loud bang, sharp and unexpected. He pauses. Just seconds later, another burst of chaotic noise erupts off screen. That's when the man bolts out of frame, his panic obvious. Whatever he heard, it was enough to send him running. With the man now gone, the room grows still. Then, a strange creak echoes through the space, followed by yet another loud crash. Something's moving, but we can't see what, at least not from this angle. Or can we? This video was filmed in 360 degrees, allowing a complete view of the room. Rewind to when that first bang is heard. A light switches on in a nearby room, just next to a foosball table. That's where the man heads when he steps off screen. He peers inside, sees nothing. He bends down and picks something up off the floor. Maybe that's what caused the sound. He turns the light back off and walks away. That's when everything changes. Out of nowhere, the door slams shut. A chair drags violently away from a desk. The man flees instantly, this time for good. But just seconds later, the light in that room switches back on, by itself. And in the reflection of the glass, a figure, faint, shadowy, and staring. As I said, be careful what you wish for, because now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. It's one thing to witness something terrifying in real time, to feel it, hear it, run from it. But it's something else entirely to discover the horror after the fact, frozen in a single frame. Posted to TikTok by Sunuk Kasi, this group of friends had set out for what should have been a joyful outing, capturing memories at a stunning waterfall in Indonesia. They laughed, posed, snapped photos in front of the cascading water. Everything seemed perfect. But later, when scrolling through the pictures, one stood out. Behind the group, just beyond the falls, a shadowy figure can be seen. Dressed in what appears to be a black robe, it stands motionless. Its face is completely hidden, and yet it seems to be watching them, intently, almost like it wasn't part of the living world at all. No one remembers seeing anyone nearby at the time, no hikers, no locals, just the group and the sound of rushing water. Which begs the question, who or what was standing back there? Some commenters believe the figure could be linked to a local legend. Others fear it may be the restless spirit of someone who lost their life near those waters. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. The photo captured something that wasn't meant to be seen. Sometimes, the scariest moments are the ones you don't notice, until it's already too late. Some encounters leave behind questions, others leave behind fear. And then, there are those moments where you catch something in real time, something you weren't meant to see, but can never forget. For one group of British ghost hunters, that moment came deep within the shadows of a forgotten graveyard. An old burial site steeped in eerie local lore. It's late at night, and they're searching for any trace of paranormal activity. And then they seem to find exactly what they came for. They move slowly between the tombstones, scanning their surroundings with flashlights, when something unusual happens.
What the was that?
As one of them sweeps his flashlight across the area, the beam briefly passes over what appears to be a tall, shadowy silhouette standing near the graves. He stops, visibly startled. For a moment, it could be dismissed as a trick of the light, until they flood the area with light, revealing there's no wall or structure that could have caused the shadow. So, what was it? Did you catch the figure? Let me know what you think they saw in that moment, and whether it was something explainable or something they weren't supposed to find. That brief glimpse in the graveyard was unsettling enough, but sometimes it's not cemeteries or abandoned buildings you need to fear. Sometimes the most disturbing moments happen where you should feel safest, your own home. This family isn't getting much sleep, and once you see what their camera captured, you'll understand why. TikToker Paranormal Replay shared this eerie clip, originally uploaded by YouTuber AMA Media Channel. It begins with a quiet scene. A mother and her children asleep on the floor, bundled under blankets, the glow of a nightlight casting long shadows. But that silence doesn't last for long. A toy nearby suddenly shifts, and the woman, almost unfazed, reaches over and pushes it back, as if this kind of thing has happened before. But then it moves again. This time, no one touches it. And just seconds later, another object is flung across the room from the sink. That one finally startles the woman awake. She sits up, clearly alarmed. But just as she starts to settle back in, a new sound breaks the silence. It's faint at first, almost like a hairdryer, but loud enough to pull her back from the edge of sleep. She listens. Then, suddenly, they all wake up at once. Something just happened, but it's not clear what, until you watch closely. In the shadows, a face appears, peeking around the corner. Just for a second. Was it real? A child? A ghost? Or something far worse? Some believe the figure resembles the infamous girl from The Ring. Others are convinced it's all been staged for views. But one thing's for sure, whatever happened in that room, sleep is the last thing on anyone's mind. Would you spend the night there? Or are you already checking behind your door? Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, click to see more on the video on screen.